The Scotiabank Giller Prize, the 25th anniversary of that award last night, and we want to show you the scene as the winner was announced. Seemed to catch her maybe a little off guard. Take a look.
Esi Edugyan for Washington.
I wasn't expecting to win, so I didn't prepare a speech.
But she did win for Washington Black, and not just the first time. This is the second time she's been on that stage for the Giller. You may remember Half-Blood Blues 7 years ago in 2011. We spoke then. Guess who's back again this morning? Esi Edugyan, it's so nice to see you again. Congratulations again.
Oh, thank you.
Now that's fun. That's probably the first time you've seen the footage. What was that moment looking like to see the moment?
Oh, I guess the shock is very clear on my face, but I was very surprised.
And when you spoke to Rosemary Barton, you really didn't seem to think you'd win this time round.
No, I didn't. You know, I had won in 2011,
yes.
And it seemed to me that, you know, that alone would sort of be a barrier to winning, and there were so many great books on the short list.
There were,
yeah.
But as was yours, and it was so beautifully acknowledged there in all of that. Is there a difference second time round, hearing your name going up there?
It does feel different.
How so?
I think the first time, I mean, the book had such a hard time getting to publication, and it was just this astonishing, you know, it almost seemed like this stroke of, you know, luck, and which it is, and I think it is this time as well. But I sort of feel like it makes that time feel like less of a fluke, and I feel, yeah, I feel maybe a little bit confirmed in what I'm doing.
Well, you certainly should. Just the third person ever to win 2 Gillers and the first ever to win for consecutive novels, which is just remarkable. The story itself, we just looked, and there is the cover. Washington Black. For people who don't yet know the book, it's a story of George Washington Black, or Wash, 11-year-old enslaved on a sugar plantation in Barbados. Then there's a moment. Then there's a choice. Tell us what happens with the story.
So he is surprised to find himself taken to live in the quarters of his new master's brother, and he's terrified by this because he's never known a kindness from a white man, and this man ends up completely transforming his life, and there's a choice for him to leave that plantation, and Titch makes the choice to take him away, and this utterly upends his life and gives him a chance at a free life and at a sense of personal agency that he never had before.
And it's looking at or explores themes of friendship and love and identity in such a way that not only has been acknowledged with the Giller, but the success of this, shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize, for the Writers' Trust Fiction Prize. You're up for the Carnegie Medal for Fiction in January. In those themes and in that story, what do you think you're really speaking to, obviously so effectively, right now?
I mean, there are so many different things that I was working with in that novel, but you know, we're still living with the repercussions of what, you know, transpired then, and you know, we're still racial inequality and you know, a sense of some people's rights being privileged over others' rights, and you know, these injustices are things that we're still dealing with today. So.
And you spoke to that a little bit in your acceptance speech last night. We have a little clip that everyone was retweeting because of what you said. Let's listen to it a little bit. I think we have it set to go, and I want to just get your thoughts on what you said last evening.
And I just have to say that in a climate in which so many forms of truth-telling are under siege, this feels like a really wonderful and important celebration of words. So thank you so much.
I don't even know if you're hearing it. Do you have an earpiece in?
Yes.
So,
yeah,
okay, so you know what you said, and you maybe remember that. What were you speaking of in particularly that you referenced there that you are concerned about?
You know, I was thinking about just writing in general, and obviously journalism and journalists being under attack, but also the idea of stories of marginalized people and figures, and making sure that there's enough space in the publishing climate to have these stories told. and for them to be accessible to the public and have people reading them, because I think that when we read stories of others' experiences, people who are completely unlike ourselves sometimes, and then we can look at these stories and see features of our own lives, or if not that, then at least feel sympathy with what the characters are going through. And then that is really the beginning of being able to come outside of ourselves and the beginning of empathy and change. I think that's where change lies.
You write so often with a male protagonist, and I know I've been
Yes.
reading some comments from your fans, women who say, women's lives are really interesting, we should be central figures. In your next novel, are you thinking about telling a woman's story or having a woman as the central character?
I did start something, and
Yes.
there's a female protagonist, but it's funny, I did write a novel entirely from the perspective of a female protagonist, and it was never published. It's sitting in a drawer. And
You capture the male voice as you're at the core.
I guess so, but I have no idea why.
Well, the next one, as you said, with a woman, and from what I've been reading, 20 pages in, and then something
yes.
crashed. So you've got 20 pages, you're underway with the next, is that right?
Yes, but I did lose them because my computer died,
shoot.
so I'm hoping somebody can resurrect the computer and extract that out of it, but if not, I'll just start again.
Start again. I'll look forward to seeing you in 7 more years. Congratulations on your exceptional success, and a pleasure to have you back in with us, Esi.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.